What's up guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Divine. I'm a musical choir, minominak, drummer and a keyboardist. I have been for many years. I started making these videos as a space for music lovers like myself to check out our favorite artists and break down some of our findings that make them so fantastic. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the Perseverance Reaction in order to recommend your favorite singers for us to react to. Hey, you killed it. What's up YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. Hey guys, we're back again with a new video guys. My beautiful guys. My name is Divine guys. Guys, today I'm going to be reacting to 6 reasons you should not mess with the USA.
Don't mess with them though.
I'd love to check this out. I would seriously love to check this out. 6 reasons. 6. Okay. You know how it is guys. We're talking less right over react more. Let's get into this video.
The collapse of the Soviet Union in the early 90s left the United States as the sole superpower in the world, and it's never looked back. In all aspects of the world, the United States is indeed a superpower, especially when it comes to its military might, which is unsurpassable in its strength, technological superiority, operational capabilities, and power projection across the globe. In this video, we'll take a look at the 5 top reasons why you wouldn't want to go against the US military establishment. The United States Air Force is the strongest in the world, not only in the number of operational aircraft, but also in technological superiority. The country currently operates a total of over 15,000 military aircraft, combining all the branches of the military service, including the US Navy,
15,000
Coast Guard, and the US Marines. As of 2017, the US Air Force alone has a fleet of over 5,300 aircraft, 406 intercontinental ballistic missiles, and 170 military satellites, greater than any other country in the world. The US has the largest number of stealth aircraft designed to be silent killers and untrackable by the radar defense systems of most countries in the world. Some of these stealth aircraft include air superiority fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, heavy bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit. In fact, the United States pioneered this technology in the 1980s with the introduction of the F-117 Nighthawk stealth attack aircraft. Stealth aircraft are designed to avoid detection using a variety of technologies that reduce radar reflection from ground, sea, or air-based radar antennas, thereby reducing its radar cross-section, or RCS. This revolutionary technology allows a 5th-generation aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor, with a max takeoff weight of 83,500 pounds, to have a radar cross-section of just 0.0001 meters squared, about the size of a bumblebee. What's more insane is that the massive B-2 bomber also has the same radar cross-section as the F-22 Raptor. Thus, it becomes extremely difficult to track stealth aircraft. Even if the enemy spots them on their radar scopes, it's a whole other story to successfully track them and register a missile kill. The whole idea behind this technology is to break the chain in which a conventional surface-to-air missile defense system works. It's the same reason countries like China and Russia are also hard at developing their own stealth fighter, the Chengdu J-20 and the Sukhoi Su-57, respectively. These aircraft will allow the US Air Force to assert its air superiority over any battlefield of the future, and we all know that control of these skies is the biggest decider in any war. The next reason why any country going to war with the US military should think twice is because of the strength of the US Navy and its dominance over the world's ocean, especially the Navy's supercarriers. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered Nimitz-class supercarriers, which is the largest aircraft carrier fleet in the world. The only Navy that can come close in terms of technological advancement is probably the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom, but they only have 2 operational carriers. The Nimitz class of carriers has a displacement of over 100,000 tons and can carry a complement of up to 70 aircraft. They're literally a floating small town in the ocean with its own airport. The Nimitz class carriers in themselves are extremely potent offensive weapons, but the way they operate in what is called the carrier strike groups makes these ships even more deadly. A carrier seldom deploys alone. There are always a fleet of surface and underwater assets surrounding them and forming a strike group. These include guided missile cruisers, a destroyer squadron, attack submarines, and other support vessels. Together, they project the power of the carrier and at the center of the group forward towards the enemy. While the carrier is carrying out its offensive role with the use of its air wing, the other ships are responsible to protect its flanks against any enemy attack. This combination of offensive and defensive strategy makes the US Carrier Strike Group almost impenetrable. The United States Navy maintains 9 such carrier strike groups, 8 of which are based in the United States and 1 that's forward deployed to Japan. For over 50 years, this has been the principal element of US power protection, and the Nimitz class of supercarriers are at the center of it all. Despite this, the US is currently in the process of developing a new class of carriers called the Gerald R. Ford class, intended to replace the Nimitz class ships. This new supercarrier will be even more technologically advanced and is expected to continue US dominance of the oceans well into the late 21st century. The third reason why you shouldn't fight the US military is their massive stockpile of nuclear and conventional intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. The ICBM plays the role of the land leg in the US nuclear triad, along with the Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile SLBM and nuclear warheads carried on long-range strategic bombers. ICBMs are launched from ground-based missile silos, achieving high suborbital spaceflight, approximately 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. The body of the missile then separates from the warhead, which re-enters the atmosphere and free falls to the assigned target at hypersonic speeds. The US military currently operates 400 ICBMs from its base in Wyoming, Montana, and North Dakota. The LGM-30G Minuteman III is the only type of ICBM that is currently operational in the US. The Minuteman III family of ICBMs were first developed in the 1960s as a response to the Soviet nuclear threat. Throughout the Cold War and beyond, these missiles have undergone constant modernization. In the last decade alone, the US military has undertaken $7 billion worth of upgrades. The rocket propulsion engines, the propellers used, the guidance system, and even the flight control surfaces have all been refurbished. The upgraded missiles are completely different from its 1960s counterparts, except for the shell. These state-of-the-art improvements and modernization programs have kept the Minuteman III system operational for over 50 years, with improved reliability that supports the missile's remarkable 99% alert rate. The latest versions of the missiles have a range of over 8,000 miles, which is greater than the diameter of the Earth at 7,917.5 miles.
Seriously impressed by this.
They can carry multiple 330 kiloton nuclear warheads, which is 20 times greater than the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Not only that, each of these warheads can be assigned to different targets independently. The technology is called Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV, and was first developed for the Minuteman III family of missiles. So any country messing with the United States will have to deal with this awesome arsenal of firepower, which can be launched at a moment's notice. If it weren't the ICBMs or the stealth fighters raining fire down on you, it would be precision-guided munitions, or better known as smart bombs or PGMs instead. This is another big reason why not messing with the US military is a good idea. All branches of the US military use smart bombs in some forms or the other. These weapon systems are designed to be precise and hit a specific target with maximum efficiency. These bombs are so effective that during the First Gulf War, PGMs comprised only 9% of weapons fired, but accounted for 75% of all successful hits. Since then, for the US military at least, the days of normal artillery shells and unguided bombs are long gone. Nowadays, the military uses PGMs from air, ground, and sea. Precision-guided munitions come in various forms and use different kinds of technologies to achieve precise
This is so
hits.
impressive, guys.
A large majority of PGMs use the Global Positioning System, or GPS, of satellites to guide their trajectory to target. However, sometimes this becomes a problem, as GPS coverage is not always reliably available everywhere across the globe, or bad weather conditions can hinder operations. Thus, the Office of Naval Research, the Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Army Research Laboratory have all coordinated to develop the first ever artillery-fired smart munition that will not use GPS guidance. The project is known as Moving Target Artillery Round, or MTAR for short. The MTAR shell can be guided onto stationary as well as moving targets in both land and sea, using a combination of guidance technology. The best part is that these shells can be fired from the existing M777A2 155mm towed howitzer and the M109A7 Paladin integrated management self-propelled 155mm artillery systems already in use by the US military. The shells will also feature an extended range of 40 to 60 miles using rocket boosters to propel them. Once finished, it will afford the US military another potent weapon system that outclasses others around the world.
I've seen them before.
Lastly,
doing
the
such
fifth
things.
and final reason why you shouldn't fight the US
Like I've
military
watched videos
is
like this
drones.
before.
We're all familiar with what an unmanned aerial vehicle or drone is and what it's supposed to do. But in recent years, the usability of UAVs are steadily increasing to encompass all spheres of military operations, and the US military is the pioneering spirit behind it. At first, used only for surveillance missions, drones were quickly weaponized after the 9/11 attacks and have been extensively used by the US military in the war against terror as an offensive weapon platform. It's forecasted that over the next decades, the US is in line to purchase over 1,000 combat drones of various classifications. Some of them, like the Lockheed Martin RQ-170 Sentinel and the Boeing MQ-25 Stingray, are already in the final stages of development, and once finished, will provide the US military with state-of-the-art platforms capable of multi-role operations, ranging from attack missions to aerial refueling. Drone technology has reached such heights today that a single UAV can loiter miles above the surface of the Earth for hours, waiting for the target to show its head and sticking with impunity. This capability will allow all the services under the US military to reduce its dependency on manned platforms, thereby reducing the risks during future combat operations. These 5 weapon systems make the US military extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to get into a conflict with them. In a conventional warfare setting, it's almost impossible to beat the US military machine. That's why modern enemies of the United States are employing more and more asymmetric warfare strategies against the mighty US military. Despite that, the US military juggernaut is hands down the most powerful military complex in the world today, and probably will be for decades to come. That's all we have for you today, folks. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If you like the video and want to stay up to date on cool military stuff like this, then click the subscribe button and also click the notification bell, and you'll be the first to know the next time we release a video. Thanks for watching.
Wow. Oh, I'm so impressed. So impressed by this. US have been prepared ever since the Soviet Union for the mission, right? They have always been prepared. I've watched movies and I've seen some of the weapons they try to explain away. Like I've seen it in movies before. I'm like, wow. So they have such. Well, now it was just drift explained right here. And now I get to understand it more. But what got me through more and way more excited is the drone aspect. I like that because more convenience and it saves more lives, because the jets they were talking about, the SR, I think SR or something, they like very light jets. So I have to be inside to pilot it, and it's very risky. In case it's being shot down, then the pilot over there is gonna die. But when it comes to the drone, no one's going to die. They just lost.
Okay.
Yeah, just lost the drone. It's a way better means of weapon in our century right now, because it's going to help a lot, and it's going to save a lot of life. Yeah, so it's going to save a lot of life. It's really beautiful, and I love how USA is already prepared for any upcoming war. Keeps threats away from them, and make people like, oh, we can't mess with the US, we can't mess with the US. It's a very, very good feeling. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. And I know how prepared they are. They're so prepared. And I know it's not all the facts they displayed over here, because I love things like they won't actually show for us to see. I didn't see them showing out the nuclear weapon. There are also nuclear weapons. I think USA have like I don't know how many numbers, but I know that is they have one of the highest in the world. Nuclear weapon is a very powerful thing, and they didn't display it over here. So USA, they are really prepared. When it comes to the US, they are so prepared for any upcoming war. Like, I'm happy as I watched this video and now I'm able to know more about them, how prepared they are for the upcoming war. All the weapons, the military, the 7 billion, the cash they spent in this is just gonna come to human beings also still dying. That is also a sad part of it. People crying for the loved ones who died. But it's gonna create fear in different countries, not to mess around with them, and that's what I suppose. Like, you shouldn't try them. You shouldn't try the US guys. You shouldn't try them. But what the outcome of it when you try them is is a very big disaster. Very big disaster of loss of lives, families, children, mothers, dad, and also countries too. I'm gonna go down. Because I love how this thing goes to. What do you think about it?
What I'm more impressed about is the ship. You see the ship, they have a mini airport on it, so you
Yeah.
can carry a lot of aircraft on it. So if you want to fight on the air, you still have aircraft on the ship, and it's very big and can contain a lot of things there.
It's like a small village.
Exactly, it's just very cute. Like, it's just fine. I just like it. Not for what though, what I just like it. And watching this, I just feel very scared right now because okay, I get the point. You just try to pass out the message that you shouldn't mess with the US because they have a lot of weapons to make other countries not to mess with them. If not, they're going to use this in attacking us. But in the end of the day, people still fight and stuff like that. I just feel for the civilians that's going to lose their loved ones because of all these new modelized weapons because you can just drop it at anywhere.
Yeah.
And people are going to die definitely. Just like what's happening in Ukraine and Russia. They're using weapons and people are dying, civilians are dying. They didn't cause the problem, they're not they didn't create the problem, but they're the ones suffering from it. So I don't really support all these killings and weapons that are going to end up hurting we the civilians that are innocent of all the cost. But I love the fact that they are prepared against any war so they can protect their own people also.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have arms, if you don't have soldiers, Air Force, Navy, if you don't have those people that work for security, anyone can just come into your country and kill your people. So I love the fact that they are well armed and they're prepared to fight for their country and make sure they are all guided and safe. But these are modernized weapons they really created. I love the aircraft, the one that is silent that if you with it, people can notice you, so they won't be able to like bomb your aircraft. I really like that one, but I'm also scared because of the negative aspect of it. What it's going to cause? It's going to still bring out that violence and disaster, and people are going to also die from it. So I'm not a big fan of stuff like this, but I just like the fact that they're prepared to fight for their country. So that's a good aspect.
So guys, comment down below your first time watching this video, guys. How was the reaction? Give us a thumbs up, share this with as many as you can, guys. Whoop! You know what it is? Just subscribe. Turn the silver to gold, guys. We gotta reach 1 million. 1 million. Whoop! 1 million, guys.
Yep.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. We'll see more of our videos, more of such videos like this on this channel, guys. See you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay safe.
I just want a bag, like an old lady. I'm backwoods smoking, I don't own papers, pass that 808. That don't shake her. Oh, bitch, you know I'm grinding like a pro skater. Baby mama bugging, I'm so quick to hit ignore. Buku bitch in my bed, I got scales all